You're out looking for food like you do every day. The sun is up and everything feels normal. At this point, you're not a zombie ant. You're just another worker ant doing your job. Then, something strange happens. A tiny thing falls onto you from above. It isn't rain. It isn't a piece of food. It isn't sugar. You have no idea what it is. In fact, you probably don't even notice it. It's so small that you can't feel its weight. It doesn't slow you down. It doesn't hurt. Nothing seems different. So you keep moving. You continue searching for food because that's what worker ants do. Your colony depends on you. Hundreds, maybe thousands of ants are working together, and everyone has a job. Your job is to leave the nest, find food, and bring it back. The tiny thing is still sitting on your body, but life goes on as usual. Hours pass. Then days pass. You keep leaving the colony every morning. You keep following trails. You keep carrying food back home. Everything seems normal. But something is happening. Very slowly, the tiny thing begins to grow. It starts entering your body little by little. The change is so small that you don't notice it. You don't feel pain. You don't know anything is wrong. So you keep working. The colony sees nothing unusual. To them, you're still the same ant you've always been. More days go by. The thing inside you continues spreading. It moves through your body, growing and changing. But you're still walking, still working, still doing your job. Then, about a week later, something changes. You leave the colony again, but this time, you're not going out to search for food. The strange part is that you don't know why. Nobody tells you to leave. You don't make the choice yourself. You simply walk away from the colony. Step after step, you move farther and farther from home. At that moment, something important has happened. You're no longer a normal ant. You've become a zombie. Back at the colony, the other ants continue their work. Some are collecting food. Some are taking care of the young. Others are repairing the nest. They expect you to come back later, but you won't. You keep walking. You don't know where you're going. You don't know why you're going there. The thing inside you is now controlling your actions. Little by little, it has taken over. Your body is still moving, but you're no longer the one in charge. The journey continues. You climb over roots. You walk through grass. You pass places you've never been before. Eventually, you find a plant. Without knowing why, you begin climbing. Higher and higher you go. Then you reach a leaf, and you stop. You don't know where you are. You don't know how you got there. You don't know what's about to happen. Far away, your colony is still waiting. They are expecting you to return with food, but you're never coming back. You move your mouth toward the leaf, then you bite down. You lock your jaws onto it as tightly as you can. Not because you're hungry, not because you want to eat. You simply can't let go. And then you stay there. Hours pass, days pass. Your body remains attached to the leaf. Then another strange thing begins to happen. A long stalk starts growing from your head. At the same time, other growths appear on your body. They continue growing larger and larger. The stalk rising from your head stretches upward. Day after day, it gets bigger. Eventually, it reaches full size. Then it swells, and finally, it bursts open. Millions of tiny spores spill out and fall through the air. They drift downward like rain. The wind carries them through the forest. Some land on the ground, some land on leaves, and eventually, some land on another ant walking below. That ant doesn't know what's happened. It keeps moving. It keeps searching for food. It keeps doing its job, just like you did. The spores begin growing, the infection starts, and the same story begins all over again. The same changes, the same journey, the same ending. But things don't always go exactly as planned. If an ant notices the spores when they first land on its body, it may try to remove them. It might clean itself. It might scrape the spores off before they can grow. If it succeeds, the danger is gone. But if it can't remove them, the spores may stay attached. The ant returns home. At first, everything seems normal. but the colony is always watching. Ants communicate using smells called scents, and when something is wrong, those smells can change. The other ants may notice a strange scent coming from the infected ant. They realize something isn't right, so they surround it. They clean its body. They try to remove whatever is causing the problem. Sometimes they succeed, sometimes they don't. If the infection has already entered deep inside the ant's body, cleaning won't help anymore. The colony has only one choice left. To protect everyone else, they force the infected ant out of the nest. The ant is separated from the colony. It can no longer stay with the others. It can no longer return home. The colony loses one of its workers, but by doing this, they protect thousands more. In the end, the infected ant sacrifices its life so the colony can survive. And because of that sacrifice, the rest of the colony lives on.